Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to another episode of an honestly very hard challenge. In the last episode, as Comet neared the end of his days, his family returned to his side to surround him with love and support. And unfortunately, today is truly his final day on the island. Once we're ready to skip the day, he's going to be leaving all of his tribe mates behind. But I'm sure that that's not going to be the end of Comet's guidance. As he returns to the place where the deities go, he'll be watching over each and every last one of his kids from the safety of the safe havens. It's kind of fitting too, because so many of his children have branched off in different ways. Acadian is just about to lay claim to this area right here. As soon as he has the energy, he's going to be singing out loud and proud. Then we have Aqua over by the ocean. She's just made it over to where Awkward used to call home. Though I'm wondering if maybe she's not going to stay here. To be honest, it seems like she's veered a little bit too far off course. We haven't seen a single clownfish, not since she initially saw them in the streams over here. So I wonder if maybe she's wondering if she's in the wrong place. Right now though, since she has a little bit of energy left, let's just have her try to crack open one of these acorns over here. That's right, and we still have these leeches to deal with too. I almost forgot that there was one lurking back there. We're going to have to make sure that we move Morgana out of the water as soon as possible. So try one more time to grab one of those acorns. We'll bring Adeline inland a little bit, since she unfortunately had quite a few leeches in the last episode. She is our resident leech magnet, but we have to give her a break sometimes. We'll just have her keep watch actually. Since she can see a little bit better than Aqua can, she could probably let us know of any dangers coming Morgana's way. And then I think that just leaves you back here, Shiba. Why don't we go ahead and have you clear out some of the grasses over here, just so we can see those berry bushes better, and then we should be ready to skip the day. We're going to have to make sure that you, Nickole, stay right there next to your baby. And to look at this, we do have a leech lurking right by you, Alara. You are going to have to move away from there so fast. But her greed, I'm sure that's going to get the best of her. She is not going to leave without her meal after all. Well, for now, let's go back to Comet. I want to make sure that we can see him as he spends his final days surrounded by family. So return to the stars, Comet, and shelter us beneath the quiet haven of your oak trees, where you can hold your whole family in your protective shadow. It's kind of like the passing of an era, really. The passing of the era of deities. So many of the creatures that we brought to this island were touched by different deities themselves, and they're all beginning to near the end of their lifespans now. Is that actually a clown koi? Oh, how curious. Nickole, it seems like the clown koi are watching you for some reason. I wonder if they've taken a particular interest in Pernille then. She is over here trying her hardest to show her mother what she can do. She's trying her hardest to claw open this termite hill. But since she's so young, it's not really going to be enough. We'll come back to this in just a moment though. Right now, Alara, we have some really big situations over here with you. I think your parents are too far away to save you. If you end up getting that leech stuck to you, you're probably going to pass away. So grab your meat. Oh. Did that peaceful bear actually intimidate the leech? You can't really sense him anymore. Well, now that you have your meat, I'm sure nothing really matters to you anymore. Let's have you jump into the grasses for now so you can rest for a little while. Maybe hide away to see if you can find some more bunnies. And can you sense the peaceful bear from here? Like, he couldn't have really gotten far. Yeah, looks like he's really just staying to the tide pools. Well, I guess even peaceful bears have to cool off in the ocean sometimes. Very, very curious though. Not to mention, it looks like you have another bunny popping out of his burrow over here. Do you think that's going to distract her on her way back to her parents? I mean, it seems like it's going to be quite some time before Nickole returns to the homelands too. I wonder if she's even going to get the chance before she has her baby. 4 days remaining before she needs to settle down on a nest. She has to go back for those healing fruits though. She was really, really worried about risking it with Pernille anyways. You know what, Nickole? Let's have you grab some of these extra poison berries. Then we'll have you scoot over here. You'll still be next to your baby, and you can spend the rest of the time clearing out the pathway. That way, once she finally musters up the courage to crack down this termite hill, you two can return back to her big sister together. It makes me feel really bad for Pernille though. Like, she's trying her hardest to prove that she can be strong enough. but she truly just doesn't have the experience right now. That being said, Nickole is not the type to let anybody slack off, so she's not going to let her use that as an excuse. Now as for you, Stone, I know you're going to be lurking around the outskirts of the territory too. But you know what, before we move you, let's go back here. I almost forgot about our creatures in the ocean again. Now, Awkward was actually going to try to pick up one of these shells to bring back to Morganite again. I was thinking maybe we could use this as our own little tradition for him. Since we clearly don't have any healing fruits on this island, and Morganite is going to have her baby over here too. I wonder if she's a little bit concerned that she's going to end up with a sick child. Then maybe she won't get the chance to raise them at all. So what if we use the shells in its place? If we have Awkward gather up the shell, bring it back to Morganite, maybe we can use that as our good luck charm. I saw that leech back there, Longshot. You're keeping an eye on her, right? Let's have Morganite sit right in the middle over here. That way we don't have to worry about anything getting to her. I wonder if she should even make her nest now? Maybe with the shell as decoration, a good luck charm pressed right up against the grass tops. We'll have you go ahead and build your nest right here. That way your baby will still have room to play too. Room to play far away from the leeches at least. I wonder if maybe a Longshot could actually grab that leech. That way the danger will be dealt with once and for all. For now, let's have him go ahead and clear out the rest of the berries here. Pick up the grass around it so we won't lose it too. And we should probably check and see what Awkward's predictions are saying. In 6 days, the weather is going to be rainy. Alright, 6 days until the storm. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see that in this episode, so it might be another case of the band of brothers tricking him again. The poor thing, he can't even catch a break even as he's about to have his very first child. So 4 days remaining for you, Morganite. You might have to repair the nest before you have your baby, but I'm sure you're not going to mind. So, Aqua is not really sure what she's going to do right now either. With the clown koi so clearly missing, she knows she needs to adjust her path. But she also knows that she has some very, very capable friends by her side. Like Addie in particular, she's not going anywhere. She's going to follow Aqua to the ends of the earth. I'd imagine that even a Longshot would probably go with her too. He feels very dedicated to her because she took him in when he had nobody with him, when he was abandoned by his own parents even. He probably kind of looks to Addie and Aqua as mothers of his own, so I think he's probably going to follow in their shadow too. That would leave Awkward and Morganite all by themselves to raise their baby on this island. Kind of repopulating it, I guess, since his family is gone. And now we can go back to Stone. So let's have him start making his way through the grasses over here, trying his best to steal a glimpse of Mars inside the enemy's camp. As the clown koi watch on still. I wonder if they were actually trying to follow you, Stone? Like, I guess there is always the chance that they truly believe this is the right thing for you to do. This is going to give you quite a bit of information after all. At the moment, he just can't believe that Mars would be the type to abandon his tribe mates. He really felt like Mars had a place inside the tribe. He didn't realize that he was at such a war with Nickole. The two did keep it awfully quiet. But we want to make sure that he's as far away from the enemy camp as possible. Because if Nickole does notice what's going on, she's going to be furious. And with Comet officially back amongst the stars, that means we're going to have to choose who's going to lead his family now. I feel like Celestite would probably look straight toward Jericho. Jericho is still young, he has plenty of his lifespan to go, and he's very, very capable too. We know that he is very committed to his job, and aside from that, we know that he has a very good heart. He could have easily just taken advantage of Mars, but he decided to take him out of that abusive situation instead. And I'm sure these are all qualities that Celestite would look for in the next leader. So Jericho, for your fearless sense of duty, Celestite would ask that you take your father's place as the head of the family now, and I think he would be more than willing to accept. If it means protecting everybody that he loves, then of course he's going to try his hardest. So let's have him use this moment to sing out his own songs. Probably in remembrance to the very same songs that Comet used to sing, though in his case it's a little bit of a new beginning too, and while his tribe might be celebrating for him, I wonder if that's even something that Nickole is going to hear. That familiar voice from across the waves. Now she knows she has to get revenge. Now Celestite, I'm sure you're going to need your time to rest and mourn. So we'll bring you over to this nest right here too. You should have quite a long time before you're ready to have your baby, but we could at least have you go ahead and repair this nest. Now, I think that Shiba is probably going to leave Clownfish here in the care of Mars. I'm sure that Clownfish is probably howling from this tree stump too, trying to join in with Jericho's song. So you two can play, and Shiba has a little bit of thinking to do. She's probably feeling the strains of her own mortality too. 2 days remaining on her lifespan means she's feeling more tired than ever. So with Mars's stories swirling around in her head, of Stone and of the entire family that he's made off on the other side of the island, let's have her grab one last acorn, and then we'll have her maybe pad the shores of the river, remembering that pathway that she took so very long ago when she first escaped Nickole's grasp. That was something that always kind of echoed as regret in Stone's mind, letting his mother leave like that, all by herself. So if these two could cross paths, just one last time before she passes away, I feel like that would be a very poetic thing. We'll see if we can make it happen. So, are we all out of turns here? No, of course not. We have Acadian and hopefully his friendly Bergina. Okay, thank goodness. It looks like your friendly Bergina is still following you. You know, we really need to come up with a name for him. He only has 7 days remaining on his lifespan, but it's one of those things that I always forget to do. I really miss when we could just rename the friendly Berginas here. Like, unfortunately, I can't click on this anymore. I don't think that's something that you can even do inside the family tree, because I'm pretty sure the friendly Berginas don't show up here. But let me know if you guys have any ideas in mind. He's been such a constant part of Acadian's life that I feel like he at least needs a name. So as promised, Acadian, now is your chance to ring strong and proud. Send your own songs out into the grasses, and apparently attract a couple new bunny friends for your friendly Bergina to grab too. Hopefully you can snatch that one up on the next turn and you can grab the meat. So you two are definitely going to be very, very well fed. Now that should be the end of our turns, right? Poor Pernille's still trying her best to crack open that termite hill, but it's just not going to be enough. So let's go ahead and zoom out. Maybe we should try to focus our attention over here on Alara though, just to make sure that nothing is going to jump out and spook her. And I'm pretty sure that I may have heard our friendly Bergina actually take down that bunny after all. Look at this, charging fearlessly into the darkness. It's almost like he wants to make sure that the path is clear first. Well, you might as well go ahead and grab up that meat then. Maybe you could even help out your friend too. But first, let's just make sure that there are no other dangers. Nothing else lurking out here. I guess it turns out that the island is pretty safe for our creatures after all. We won't have to worry about too much spawning over here. In fact, Longshot, if you could jump over on this side for a moment. Just claw your way over to the middle of the camp right here. If you can clear out these grasses for us, that would be excellent, because then we won't have to worry about anything at all. As long as the shores are always lit up, then Awkward's family is going to be safe and sound. Now, let's bring you over here to the mainland so you can hopefully crack open all of these acorns too. That's probably going to end up being your job. We could have Morgana go ahead and use her big giant savannah horns to knock down a few more, I guess. And I wonder if it's finally time for us to have you two start to cross back to the mainland too. It's going to be a long, hard journey, and you guys know that already. I guess we should probably have you wait one extra day for Longshot though. We'll have you go ahead and both try to crack open a few more of these acorns too. Just a couple extra snacks to take on the road. Oh, do I see that clown koi right up against your stump, Jericho? At least we know that the clown koi definitely approve of your leadership, though. I guess that's all that you could really hope for. Now, as Stone continues to make his slow way around the outskirts of the territory, we'll have him flutter his way over to the edge of the stream, too. And there's a new termite mound. We haven't seen this one before, I don't think, and it turns out it's nice and green, too. So if a prophet were to see this, they would take it as a very good omen indeed. I guess that means it's a pretty good spot for you to cross paths with your mother again. Let's have her skitter into the grasses, maybe just to gaze out at the water itself. But instead she's going to crash straight into Stone. She hasn't seen her son in ages. Gosh, he's 48 days old now. Wasn't he the first baby to be born on this island? Like, how long have we been on this island? Yeah, 50 days here in the Deadly Hills. So Stone was actually the start of a brand new generation here too. Oh, she must just be over the moon right now. And Stone too, he can probably hardly remember why he even came here in the first place. But since she is going to pass away on this day, this is their only chance to have a conversation about Mars. So maybe he would ask her a little bit tentatively if she knows where his old apprentice is. And maybe she would even take this as her chance to finally show Stone Nickole's true colors. She's heard the story time and time again from Mars after all. Nickole was willing to kill him outright, and he got away just in time. She must be wondering, why can't her son see what a monster she truly is? It's not that easy, though. Deep down, Stone really does truly love her. He really does truly believe that there's some good buried deep down inside. And there must be if they've taken such good care of their children, right? So it's not as easy as just leaving her. That would be abandoning his daughters, too. Aside from that, he has always kind of been blinded by his reverence for her, so it doesn't seem like this is really going to get through to him at all, but it is going to stick into the back of his mind. Right now, I think he's more concerned with just staying by her side for now, giving her some company as she passes on, and giving himself some peace of mind. That means Celestite, Clownfish, Jericho, and Mars, they're never going to see Shiba again at all. I wonder if Stone is going to bring the news of her passing, though, or if he's just going to slink quietly back to Nickole's side. He did get the information he was looking for, after all. Now he at least knows why Mars left, so all that's left to do is come up with some sort of plan. Now, how many days do you have left before you grow your second gem, Clownfish? 1 more day. He's finally 7 days old. You are probably very, very excited. Maybe we should even have him skitter on down from the top of the stump, just so he can maybe get a first-hand look at how Mars cracks open these acorns. It's probably going to be your job pretty soon, after all. We'll grab 1 more for good luck, and then as for you, Celestite, I wonder if maybe we could take that Berryina claw of yours over to the stream. If we bring you over here? Yes, there's all those delicious fish. This was where Shiba really loved to fish too. I wonder if she's coming over here trying to find her old friend. Maybe she figured she'd be over here fishing by the stream, but it's just going to be a lonely job now. And as for you, Jericho, since you've already let your songs fly, why don't we have you come on back over here? You can pick up right where your father left off and try your best to clear out the rest of the grasses here. That way nothing can sneak up on you guys. So all we really have left is Acadian, and Nickole and her babies, of course. Let's go ahead and use Acadian first. Since we have the friendly Berryina making a pathway to the safe haven, we'll just have him keep singing out on top of his stump too. Maybe if he's lucky, he could even attract some new attention his way. Granted, I'm sure he's not going to appreciate that too much. Acadian is still under the assumption that anybody who's near him is going to be in danger, so his songs are probably a warning cry to anybody who will listen. And where are our bluebirds now? Still just the one over here by Acadian's safe haven? Yeah, looks like we don't have any more circling over your head. So that means we could have Nickole jump down here for a moment? Yeah, right down the cliff. We'll have Pernille follow right in her shadow. That way she's still next to the termite hill, of course. But it brings Nickole just 1 step closer to the healing fruits. So go ahead and clear out every last bit of the pathway that you can. Another clown koi? Oh, straight from the ocean this time. Do you think maybe they're trying to lead her over to Uehara? You know, that would be awfully fitting. If she is going to lunge after this bunny, because she just can't resist another meal. The deities probably know that she's putting herself in danger with those leeches. So even the clown koi still believe in you, Nickole. Or even the clown koi want to see your daughters flourish at least. Despite the wrath that she carries in her heart, they know that she has great potential too. So I think we might be ready to skip the day again? Everybody's all out of turns? Let's go back to you then, Alara. Let's make sure that you're going to be okay. We have to see what sort of sign the clown koi was sending us. So far so good? No Berryinas, no leeches. You have your bunny meat to pick up. Oh my gosh, and another bunny to go after too? Seriously, these bunnies are going to be the end of you. I thought it was interesting that we had a little shell over here. Almost like something is trying to lure you into the water again, especially with that peaceful bear turning his back now. Oh, how curious. I wonder if he left that there. You know, I have wondered if maybe Pernille would be the type to try to attack the peaceful bear. Oh, but he has a 5 in defense. Yet that's actually one enemy that you wouldn't be able to, like, even lay a scratch on. So it's probably not even worth your effort. That being said, since she is governed by wrath, I still wouldn't put it past her. Someone's gonna have to keep an eye on this little firecracker. Oh no, and the bluebird is closer now? It looks like a brand new one has spawned over here, right over Jericho's head even. Oh my gosh, what kind of sign is that? Our babies have literally just grown up too. Clownfish can take in a second gem, the dark purple color to show the cycle of rebirth. You know, it would be awfully fitting if maybe Celestite's very last baby is going to have some connection to the deities as well. Oh no, and it looks like all the fish are gone? Did they go this way? Oh, Celestite, all of your delicious fish have disappeared. Oh, I wonder if that's because of Shiba's passing? Maybe... Oh, maybe she did have a connection to the fish. Look at that, a little clown koi coming right up to her remains. Do you think that could even be like Shiba herself? Shiba reborn as a little fish swimming through the stream? Well, I guess at the very least, it would give Stone that peace of mind that he needed. Still, let's have him start making his slow way back to Nickole now. I think it's about time that he returned to his family. He has a lot to think about after all. Oh my gosh, Nickole, and with 2 days remaining here, are you really going to go after that bunny? Maybe again, she would try to get Pernille to go after it instead, but the poor little baby is just far too clumsy to catch any meals herself. Nickole is probably just looking over his shoulder distastefully. She probably thinks that Pernille doesn't believe in herself enough. She still sees the potential in her after all. It doesn't matter that she has 1 less point in strength. She knows that Pernille could do great things too, if only she would stop second-guessing herself. And as the sisters are soon going to be crossing paths, I guess that's truly going to ignite that envy in her soul. Well, let's go back to Acadian. We'll see if maybe his friendly Bergina has made any progress. Anything out there, big guy? It looks like you've actually made it all the way underneath those leaves. Why don't we go ahead and pick up the grasses right here, just so we can make it back to the stump in the future. And then we'll have you follow very, very carefully. Oh, Alara, was that you? Oh, Alara, it finally happened. Okay, so that means we have 1 day to save her. 1 day to save her before she takes any damage from the leech. Then maybe she'll learn not to be so reckless. This kind of just showcases the sort of life that Nickole has built for herself. She's pushed countless creatures away from her, and now there's nobody left to protect her babies. So wouldn't it be fitting if that's how one of her babies is taken away from her? If she can't get there in time, then that might end up being Alara's fate. But I guess we'll find out in the next episode. And in the next episode, we should also be seeing the very first baby between Morgana and Awkward too. As Aqua, Addie, and even Longshot prepare to leave for their next big journey. These two are going to be embarking on a news story, and I think parenthood is going to fit them very well. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!